Welcome, this is ASO TV News. Many thanks for joining us. I am Isa Nu. The headlines. Federal government declares Wednesday 1st of October public holiday to mark Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary, as the federal government reaffirms commitment to teachers' welfare and recognition. Federal Capital Territory Administration holds annual health sector review, while federal government assures Nigerians of steady supply of refined petroleum products. And here are the details of the news. The federal government has declared Wednesday 1st of October 2025 as a public holiday to commemorate 65th independent anniversary. The Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, congratulated all Nigerians both at home and in the diaspora on this historic occasion. Dr. Tunji-Ojo enjoined citizens to continue to uphold the patriotic spirit, unity, and resilience that have sustained the nation since independence in 1960. He urged Nigerians to further keep faith in the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which is anchored on national rebirth, economic transformation, and collective prosperity. He wished Nigerians a happy and memorable 2025 Independence Day celebration. The federal government has restated its commitment to improving the welfare, recognition, and professional support of teachers across Nigeria as the country joined the global community to commemorate the World Teachers' Day. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Olatunji Alausa, alongside the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Said Ahmed, made this known during a symposium held ahead of the official celebration slated for Sunday, October 5th, 2025. Dr. Alausa praised Nigerian teachers as the custodians of knowledge, the builders of character, and the architects of national future. He emphasized that teachers remain the foundation of every professional, hence the government is working assiduously to come up with better packages for them. Our theme for the 2025 World Teachers' Day is recasting teaching as a collaborative profession. The federal government says its presidential fertilizer initiative is lowering costs for farmers and reviving local production plants. The scheme, introduced to reduce dependence on imports, has brought dozens of dormant blending plants back into operation, creating jobs and keeping supply steady. By using raw materials sourced locally and working with the state government, the price of a 50 kg bag of fertilizer has dropped, easing the burden on smallholder farmers. Managing Director of Mofi, Dr. Armstrong Ume Takang, says the focus goes beyond just volumes. According to him, the initiative is proof that public and private sectors can work together to solve complex national problems.
Agriculture contributes at least 25% of our GDP. That tells you, and you're in the heart of it. The richness of the soil determines the yield. And the yield determines so many other things. That if our soil is destroyed, and the potency of the fertilizer that we supply is questionable, then we are creating so much more havoc and destruction for the livelihoods of those millions of Nigerians who are farmers.
President of the Fertilizer Producers and Suppliers Association of Nigeria, Alhaji Sadiq Qasim, confirmed that the number of operational blending plants has risen to more than 90, with a total blending capacity of 13 million metric tons.
Capacity, we have improved from the commencement of the PFI in 2016 to date. There are more blending plants available. We have today the capacity to blend up to 13 million.
Experts say the program is already improving food security as inflation bites harder. They add that the revival of fertilizer production could reduce import bills and push Nigeria closer to self-sufficiency. With more blending plants expected to reopen in the coming month, Government officials resisting the initiative will sustain full production and drives President Bola Tinubu's economic diversification agenda. Critical stakeholders in the health sector of the federal government of the Federal Capital Territory have gathered in Abuja for the joint annual review performance dialogue. The meeting is part of the effort to improve healthcare delivery and align with the national health sector renewal agenda. Usman Kato Umar report. Details of the news will be furnished to you in our subsequent bulletin. The federal government has launched a new communication strategy 2025-2027 for the education sector, designed to strengthen transparency, accountability, and public trust in ongoing reforms under the Renewed Hope agenda. This came as the government revealed about 577,000 girls are receiving scholarship and nearly 100,000 empowered with life skills under the Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment project. Minister of Education Dr. Olatunji Alausa at the official launch in Abuja described communication as a central pillar of reform and national development, stressing that education is not only about classroom and textbooks, but about shaping the destiny of our children and the prosperity of our nation. He commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for prioritizing education, noting that the administration has approved the highest budgetary allocation to the sector in Nigeria's history, leading to upgrades in infrastructure, teacher training, and the launch of the Nigerian Education Sector Renewal Initiative, NESRI. The minister urged the media, civil society, development partners, parents, and teachers to support the initiative, insisting that reforms can only succeed with public understanding, trust, and active participation. INEC has responded to a report published by the national newspaper in which an official of the commission was misquoted on the proposed delineation of wards in Warri North, Warri South, and Warri Southwest federal constituency as ordered by the Supreme Court in its judgment delivered on 2nd December 2022. A statement signed by the National Commissioner of Information and Voters Education, Sam Olumekun, said the commission affirms the contrary to the report. The proposed delineation has not been suspended and no final decision has taken on the matter. Meanwhile, he said the ongoing nationwide continuous voter registration is being undertaken in all local government areas under the said constituency. He said the commission appealed to all the parties connected to the matter to continue to maintain the peace in the area. Muhammad Aruna Pai, the People's Democratic Party candidate for the Kwali Area Council chairmanship election, has commended Independent National Electoral Commission for the continuous voter registration exercise at the ward level. Pai stated this during an interview with newsmen in Abuja. Correspondent Abdullah Mukhtar completes the story.
As the FCT Area Council elections draw nearer, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has intensified efforts to ensure a successful exercise by taking the ongoing continuous voter registration to all wards levels across the councils. Honorable Mohammed Haruna Pai, candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Kwali Area Council, described it as a step in the right direction that will give people at the grassroots the opportunity to register and participate fully in the upcoming elections.
I wish to thank the INEC chairman and other principal officers of the INEC for taking this decision to move the registration voters to our various wards. It is a very important movement and very essential to our people.
Honorable Pai urged eligible voters in Kwali to take advantage of the exercise and ensure they get registered in order to be able to cast their votes during the elections.
To the electors, this is an opportunity for them, for those that cannot move For those that are lack of mobility, this is an opportunity for them. Just come out from your house, walk to the center, and get yourself captured. In fact, I cannot understand, or I cannot take any reason from any voters for not coming out to get themselves captured while the machine is by their door.
He also called on his teeming supporters to conduct themselves peacefully as political campaigns commence, stressing the need for a violence-free and rancor-free election. He further appealed for peace to be maintained before, during, and even after the council elections.
And they should avoid fighting each other. No hate speeches, no hate languages, no bringing issue that will bring fighting within the electorate. I think if that is done, we finish the campaign without any problems and between the parties and the candidate supporters.
The FCT Area Council elections are slated for Saturday, February 21st, 2026. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
You are watching ASO Television News. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, also on StarTimes TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38, still to come. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to officially inaugurate the newly renovated National Art Theatre in Igomu, Lagos on October 1st. Stay with us for details of this and more after the break.
Let's get one thing straight. Being a woman with disabilities doesn't mean you don't have the right to quality sexual and reproductive health information and services. Family planning, maternity care, STI prevention. Every woman deserves access to safe, respectful, and inclusive reproductive health care. My body, my health, my reproductive rights. No limits, no exceptions. Your health matters. Your choices matters. Get informed, get care, and take charge of your future.
The Federal Capital Territory chapter of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo has elected a new president. Chief Andrew Okonkwo Ugwu will lead the group for the next 4 years, succeeding Barrister Ifeanyichukwu Obasin Nweze.
At the handover ceremony in Abuja, outgoing President Barrister Obasin Nweze revealed his stewardship and called for unity among members as he bowed out of office.
When you gave me the mantle of leadership service on 29th day of September 2021 and to run for 4 years to 29th of September 2025, I took it with joy, which soon faded away when I discovered that the then organization, the same organization now booming, was a scam and a sham, which was used by different people to seem to be representing our people in Igbo, whereas it only served private purposes.
In his inaugural speech, Chief Ugwu commended the achievements of his predecessor and pledged to build on them. He appealed for the support and cooperation of members as he begins his tenure, which runs from 2025 through to 2029.
Today, I stand before you deeply humbled and profoundly grateful. This moment is not just about me, but about the collective spirit of Ndigbo, our unity, and our shared destiny. First, permit me to honor and commend an outgoing president, Nze Barrister Ifeanyichukwu Obasin Nweze. More, his tenure has been marked by vision, dedication, and tangible achievements.
The brief ceremony, attended by senior chieftains of the organization, marked a smooth transition of leadership for the FCT chapter. Daniel Obi, ASO Television News.
The National Youth Service Corps has empowered a total of 58,933 corps members with different digital skills in its entrepreneurship drive towards youth empowerment within the last 2 years. The NYSC Director General Brigadier General Olakule Nafiu stated this in his goodwill message at a retreat organized by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Development with the theme, Achieving the Youth-Focused Presidential Priorities and Deliverables in Abuja. The DG said for more than 2 years that the administration has been in existence, NYSC has been drawing strength from the support of the Federal Ministry of Youth Development and by extension, the federal government. He stated further that the scheme has remained committed to the success of the 6th priority area, which is focused on education, health, and social investment as essential pillars of development. While congratulating the minister for his accomplishment since assuming office, General Nafiu added that Olawande's passion has been a source of inspiration for the Nigerian youth. In his address, the Minister for Youth Development, Mr. Ayodele Olawande, called on the youth to make effective use of the youth help desks domiciled at the ministry. He said President Tinubu had earlier charged the ministry to become a true place of hope and empowerment for the Nigerian youth. He added that the youth ministry has trained a total of 15,509 youth on digital skills instead of the targeted figure of 10,000. The chairman of Abaji Area Council, Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi Magajin Gari Abaji, attended the 3-day fidal prayer held at the Honors Palace in Abaji to honor the late wife of His Royal Majesty Alhaji Dr. Adamu Baba Yunusa, owner of Abaji and chairman of the FCT Traditional Council of Chiefs. The solemn prayer, led by the Deputy Chief Imam, Malam Isiaka Muhammad Babashana, on behalf of Chief Imam Alhaji Abala Usman, sought forgiveness for the deceased and granted her a place in Al-Jannat Firdaus. In his remark, Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi prayed for the fortitude of the bereaved family to bear the loss and express appreciation to dignitaries, relatives, and sympathizers for their attendance. He also prayed for Allah's protection and safe journey for all the attendees returning to their destination. The Abaji chairman further supplicated to Almighty Allah to grant Abaji Area Council, the Federal Capital Territory, Nigeria, and the world at large enduring peace and unity and progress. The management of Arise TV has announced the death of one of its news anchor and reporter, Somtoshuku Crystal Madragu, who was said to have been killed during an armed robbery attack at a residence in Katampe, Abuja. The incident, which occurred in the early hours of Monday, September 29, 2025, is currently under investigation by the Nigerian Police Force. The news channel, which announced this in a statement signed by Adiza Usman Ajayi on behalf of the management, described Madragu as not only a cherished member of the Arise News family, but also a vibrant voice which has engaged and connected with viewers. The statement condoled with our parents, siblings, extended family, friends, and loved ones at this difficult time. Madragu, fondly called Somi by the colleagues, was 29 years old. She joined Arise News as a vibrant and engaging broadcaster whose work connected deeply with audience. Beyond her media career, she was also a trained lawyer and described as a professional, supportive, and colleague and dear friend to many within and outside the newsroom. May her soul continue to rest in peace. Similarly, the Commissioner of Police, Federal Capital Territory Police Command, CP Ajao Adewale, has extended his heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of Mrs. Somtoshuku Crystal Madragu, describing the incident that led to her death as a cruel and senseless act that has no place in a sane society. CP Ajao assured that the command remains fully committed to ensuring that justice is served. According to a statement issued on Tuesday by the spokesperson of the command, SP Josephine Ade, To this end, the police boss has ordered a discreet and comprehensive investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident. SP Ade said CP Ajao further directed the deployment of intelligence and operational assets to identify, track, and apprehend those responsible for this heinous crime. And meanwhile, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, has described the death of Arise News anchor Ms. Somtochukwu Crystal Madragu as regrettable and a grievous loss not only to her immediate family and the Arise News team, but to the Nigerian media, fraternity, and indeed the nation. In a letter of condolence, he signed an address to the chairman of the Arise News channel, Chief Unduka Obaigwena. Idris conveyed the deepest condolences to the entire Arise News family on the shocking and untimely death of its esteemed anchor, Ms. Somtochukwu Crystal Madragu, who by every account was a vibrant and a dedicated news anchor, consummate lawyer, and a model of professionalism whose work resonated with audiences across Nigeria and beyond. Idris said he was saddened by the heinous incident that cut down a promising young journalist in her prime, adding that Ms. Somtochukwu's tragic death is a grievous loss not only to the Arise News family, but to the Nigerian media fraternity and indeed the nation. He gave assurances for a swift investigation to unravel the circumstances leading to the death of the late news anchor. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority says Royal Air Maroc RAM has also paid the NCA sanction fee imposed on the airline for consumer protection related infractions. Earlier this year, recall that earlier this month, Kenya Airways paid a similar sanction fee as a penalty for consumer protection related infractions. Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection NCAA, Michael Ashimogu, said of the foreign airlines sanctioned, RAM was it with the heaviest sanction fees due to the incessant short-landed baggage issues and their then lack of responsiveness to complaint. He said while there is a remarkable improvement in their responses to passenger complaints and noticed that baggage issues continue to persist, Chimugu noted that a virtual meeting was held with the airline to try and understand their challenges, adding that despite this, the NCA is thinking of heavier sanctions against RAM if this anomaly goes or does not prove immediately. The NCA advised that the airline to seek other ways to resolve baggage issues if their present ways are not helping their passengers, saying the goal is to sanitize the industry and give passengers a seamless travel experience. Achimugu assured the NCA will continue to protect the rights of passengers and airlines. As part of activities to commemorate the Nigeria 65th Independent Anniversary, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Wednesday, October 1st, 2025, officially inaugurates the newly renovated National Arts Theatre, Igomu, Lagos. A press statement by the Central Bank of Nigeria showed that the historic project executed by the CBN and the Bankers Committee as part of their commitment to giving back to the nation marks a bold investment in Nigeria's cultural heritage and creative future. President Tinubu, who in July 2024 renamed the edifice as the Wole Soyinka Center for Culture and the Creative Arts in honor of the Nobel laureate, will lead a distinguished gathering of state governors, members of the National Assembly, the diplomatic corps, captains of industry, academics, cultural ambassadors, and youth leaders. The statement affirmed that the CBN, the Bankers Committee, and the Federal Ministry of Art, Culture, and Creative Economy jointly underscored the theatre's reopening as both a celebration of Nigeria's rich cultural legacy and a launchpad for its creative industries. According to the statement, the upgrades to the facility are in line with highest global standards for theater and performance. The Steering Committee of the Domestic Crude Oil and Refined Product Sales in Local Currency Initiative has reviewed the developments in the downstream oil sector while assuring of steady supply. A press release signed by the Director of Information and Public Relations to the Federal Ministry of Finance, Mr. Mohammed Manga, indicates that the meeting, which was chaired by the Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edu, noted two recent issues: These issues are the purported suspension of the Naira for crude oil arrangement by the Dangote refinery, which has since been amicably resolved, and the concern raised by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria regarding the Dangote refinery. The committee reassured that the crude oil for the Naira initiative will continue and that all outstanding issues, particularly the dispute between the Pengas and Dangote refinery, are being addressed with urgency and in good faith. The minister further painted that the federal government remains fully committed to ensuring energy security, protecting of consumers, and maintaining stability in the domestic petroleum product market. The meeting had in attendance the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, the Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Services, Mr. Zak Adedeji, who also shares the Technical Committee, and the representatives of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Others are the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPCL, Central Bank of Nigeria, Afreximbank, and the Dangote refinery, emphasizing that there will be no disruption in the supply of refined products across the country. And that's the bulletin. But before we go, a look at one of our major stories. The federal government has declared Wednesday, 1st of October 2025 as a public holiday to commemorate Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary. Thanks for watching. I am Isa Nu.